know that it is World Animal Day. I have no idea who is in charge of making up this theme or what it really means, but I'm taking advantage of it so I could talk about my lifestyle. So I get a lot of questions about being a vegan, and that's probably the most frequent question I ever receive is, why did you go vegan? So I kind of wanted to give you a little bit of background on my story about that before diving in. So why I went vegan, the Lauren Chronicles here. First, I actually went semi-vegetarian, which isn't a thing, in 8th grade. And I feel like that's kind of a pivotal year. It's something that, I don't know, a lot of stuff happened that year, and I decided to go semi-vegetarian, which basically meant that I was only eating poultry, which is an animal. So anyway, in high school, I actually ended up going all the way, but the reason I went semi-vegetarian was because I saw PETA videos, and that is the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, and I decided that I could never or will never go end up eating meat again. So in high school, I decided to dive right in and become a full vegetarian, and I've been one for over 12 years now, which is pretty awesome. And 2 of those years, I was actually dabbling, and I say dabbling and you'll find out why, in veganism, because by the way, vegan means no consuming of any animal products. So dairy, eggs, meat, all of that goodness. So, and not goodness. But anyway, so 2 of those years I dabbled in veganism, and I did not eat any vegetables, like at all. And I know it's weird. And I was really more of what I like to call a carbitarian. And yes, that's a word. So I ate bread and pasta and fake dairy products, fake meat products, which freak me out anyway. So my body wasn't feeling good. I ended up like just eating like crap and feeling like crap. I gained a lot of weight. I had 0 energy, and obviously because I wasn't eating phytonutrients, I wasn't eating plants, so no duh. But I just wasn't eating vegetables. So I went back to just being an unhealthy vegetarian. I was binging all the time. And it really took me a long time to find balance with any lifestyle. It takes a long time. So I was an unhealthy vegetarian for a long time, like 11 years, I would say. So fast forward a couple years ago, and I watched Forks Over Knives, which is amazing, and The Engine 2 Kitchen Rescue, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. All of those are on Netflix, and I would also add Cowspiracy to that list. But basically, I just decided, okay, I need to cut out dairy for good. And I never liked eggs. They always made me nauseous. Not sure if you ever have that feeling, but they always made me nauseous. And they hurt my stomach. Dairy just hurt my stomach really freaking badly. So instead of listening to myself and everything I was learning and my body, I kept eating it, not realizing just how horrific the dairy industry is. And it's basically just as bad or worse than the meat industry. So it finally hit me end of 2015. So basically last year is when I made the switch from veggie life to vegan life. And now January 2016, that kind of marks my date to becoming a vegan, which I'm so proud of. And it's been a lot of trial and error. And I feel like that's something people don't realize, that you could just do this cold turkey, which is kind of a funny phrase anyway, but it's hard. So you have to make the decision for you. And it took me a long time to understand balance with it. And it's a lot of trial and error. So my main decision though was not health, it was not the environment, and it was not to get thin. It was to simply not contribute to animal cruelty. Period. And over the years, with lots of research, tons and tons of research, and a lot of trial and error again, I realized that you can live without cheese. It is possible. So I was a cheese addict, that's why I say that. But it just drives me crazy when people say they can't live without dairy or cheese, because reality check, you can. And everyone has their own journey with it, because it took me a really long time to make that switch. About 12 years. But there are really amazing dairy-free products out there now, anywhere from Ben & Jerry's dairy-free ice cream, which is life. It is amazing. To Beyond Beef, or I think it's Beyond Meat, which tastes exactly like meat. It has the same nutritional benefits, but it isn't meat. So the main point being, I went vegan for animals, but I then watched Cowspiracy and did a lot more research on the environment and health. And I just discovered that like all these diseases that are so rampant in North America and just around the world, it made me more enthusiastic about living a vegan lifestyle, and I'm not ashamed of it. I am unapologetically vegan and damn proud of it. So if you have a Whole Foods near you, go check out the new vegan products. Even like Trader Joe's Safeway now sometimes has like a vegan section, which is so cool. And so a lot of organic food places, little markets, they have vegan products that are brand new. So this is actually one of my favorite things to do on the weekends because I'm a nerd. I love going to Whole Foods and looking at the new vegan products, and really there are so many of them. And some of my favorites are the Engine 2 brand. The marinara sauce is so good, especially over zoodles with Beyond Beef. I love Beyond Beef or Beyond Meat. That's another one. Nutritional yeast, which isn't a brand, but it's amazing. I put it on everything, specifically popcorn, and like if I'm making a veggie stir fry or my tofu, I'll put some of that on there. Let's see, Light Life. That's a great one. It's like a meat substitute, and that's really good in vegan chili. I have a recipe for that on my blog if you want it. But also, you know, fruits and veggies and whole grains, all of that, which I wasn't eating. They're everywhere. So it's very possible to be vegan. And if you ever have any questions about living a vegan lifestyle, or if you're considering just dabbling in it, or, you know, first of all, you rock, by the way, that's amazing. And second of all, just know that I'm here for you because I've been through it. I've had all that trial and error. I've done a ton of research, and you kind of just have to figure out what your body needs. And I specifically follow a certain meal plan that has everything I need on it, but it does take trial and error, and it's not going to be overnight where you feel amazing. It's a process. So I appreciate all the vegan feedback, the positive feedback. I know I post a lot of vegan recipes and meal prep, so I just thought it was time to explain why I went vegan. And my best tip is to just go out there, watch some documentaries, do some research, and figure out what's best for you. So seriously, it just takes a lot of that, and you know, your own research is going to fuel your own lifestyle change, because it's not a diet. It's truly a lifestyle, and one that I've found so many benefits in and throughout the process, which is why I'll probably share another video with you guys on how veganism has changed my lifestyle and changed, you know, how I think, how I feel, all of that goodness. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'd love to know your thoughts below. If you are a transitioning vegan or you went from vegetarian, you're interested in going vegan, I'm here for you. And that is why I went vegan. Bye.